If you go around on personal finance and investing YouTube channels, you'll see the concept of passive income as being one of the most common topics that you see discussed. It's the idea of putting some work in at the beginning and then getting recurring revenue from something that doesn't require a lot of effort after it's been put out. And YouTube gets tagged along into this passive income idea. I've been making YouTube videos pretty regularly since 2019, and before that I was making videos from 2013 to 2015. So I've spent a lot of time on YouTube, and I wanted to give my thoughts on YouTube as a side hustle because there's a really dark side to YouTube that I wanted to discuss. And YouTube is thought of as this dream job. I remember growing up, the dream jobs that people would talk about for kids would be athletes, it'd be astronauts, things that as you start growing up are not as attainable as you probably thought as a 5-year-old. Some surveys that I've found show that YouTuber/vlogger was the most common response for kids ages 5 to 13 as being the dream job growing up. And people see it as a decent side hustle. It's the idea that YouTube pays you for making videos and it's based off of the number of views that you get. And even if you don't have a huge channel, you can bring in some reoccurring revenue. But I wanted to give my thoughts on it as a side hustle because there's a lot of negative aspects to YouTube as a side hustle that I think gets overlooked when people consider it as being a passive income source. You likely clicked on this video to see how much money I made, so let's talk about it. In 2021, I made 65 videos. At the beginning of the year, I was exclusively making YouTube videos. I was trying to find jobs to pay rent. And then after a couple months, I took a huge break and I am in my current job now. So 65 videos in 2021, and the total amount of money that I made for the entirety of 2021 was $2,100. That's $32.20 per video. Sounds like a pretty decent number, right? If you think about how long it takes for me to make each video, this isn't something where I just record it in one take, uploaded it immediately. It takes around 5 hours of planning, and yes, I do have planning for my videos. I don't just rattle the first thoughts that come off of my head. I do actually have notes written on a computer in front of me. That breaks it down to $6.46 per hour, which is below federal minimum wage, and it's around 1/3 of the amount of money that I make in my current job per hour. The way that you get paid on YouTube is mainly through a couple terms, CPM, or it's basically how much money that YouTube pays you per 1,000 views that you get. On my channel in 2021, I averaged a CPM of $22.31. But with all the money that YouTube takes, I get paid, what's the RPM, which is $11.71 per 1,000 views. This number is extremely high. For people that are just getting started, it's very dependent on what type of channel that you're making. If you're doing something that is video game related or is focused more on a younger audience, advertisers are not as willing to spend money to get their products in front of those eyes because kids don't have a lot of money. Investing YouTube is the area that probably has the highest CPM out of anything because people that are looking to invest are looking to spend money. They're trying to find ways to maximize their returns and are willing to put down some money to figure out the best way to do that. That's very different than the people that are making videos about saving money because people that are saving money, as you'd expect, are not trying to spend as much money. From an article that I found in the UK, they have a CPM which is on the high side of around $3 to $6 for CPM. Just a reminder, my CPM was $22.31. But before you can get paid on YouTube, you have to get to 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours. Making money on YouTube is not something that you can do overnight. It takes a lot of time and effort and practice to figure out what works and what doesn't. It took me more than a year of making videos consistently before I ever made a dime off of YouTube. So this idea of YouTube as a side hustle or as a passive income source, I think is ridiculous. It's so much time and effort to get going to start making money. And then likely when you get started making money, it's not going to make up for all of the hours that you put in over the past year grinding and not seeing a lot of success. YouTube isn't something that I think that anyone should start because they want to make money. It's something that you start because you're very passionate about a topic. When I started making YouTube videos, I saw a lack of channels talking about affordable investing. There were people that were investing with $100,000 talking about these very aggressive day trading strategies that I thought was not applicable to most people. Back in this time, Robinhood was the only platform that had commission-free trading. Every other broker, you had to pay $5 per transaction. So I thought this was a great way to try to reach the younger demographic, the 18 to 25-year-olds. And so I was very passionate about getting this information out. I was never doing it for the money. Once I started making money in February of 2019, I believe, Or maybe it was 2020, 2019, whatever, it doesn't matter. By the time I got to that point, making money was just an addition. It was an extra incentive. But let's talk about some of the dark sides about YouTube, because YouTube is a platform that is seen as this awesome thing. You get to make videos, you get paid for it, it seems great. The mental toll of YouTube is something that I've seen talked about a little bit recently, but they are very good at putting the information that they show you based off of data as this response loop where if you see something good, when you put out a video, if you go to the channel page, it ranks them 1 to 10 based off of views. A video that is a 1 out of 10 means that it's done better than the previous 9 videos, and it gets these confetti emojis that go off, and you feel really good about yourself. But then underneath that, if you have some videos that are not doing well, say you get a 10 out of 10 video, which I had recently, it feels really bad, and then for watch time and the click-through rate, they're going to give you big thumbs down to show that, oh, this video is not doing as well. It got to the point when I was desperate to make money off of YouTube back in, what was that, early January, March, February of 2021, where I would look at that all day and it would really dictate the type of mood that I was in. If my video was doing well, I was upbeat. If things were not going well, I was in a really bad mood. This is something that really took a toll on me, and I got to the point where I didn't even want to look at my analytics to see what was going on. I didn't want to see what videos were doing well and why, so that I could build off of that. I would just see the 10 out of 10 and just kind of sulk for a while because it was very upsetting. YouTube is something that, as a passive income source, it's not passive in the slightest. You put a lot of effort into making videos, and I'm sure that there are plenty of other side hustles out there that on the surface it may seem like passive income, but I think you really need to take a step back and figure out how much time you are spending on this side hustle that could be put other places. I work a full-time job that is, 40 hours a week plus an hour and a half each day for commuting. I only have so many hours in the day, and if I'm putting 5 hours per video 3 times a week, that takes away from some of the other things that I want to do during my week, whether that be relaxing, going to the gym, hanging out with friends, hanging out with my significant other, relaxing, anything. There's only a certain amount of time in the day, and this hustle culture has really pushed the idea of any waking second that you're doing nothing, you're missing out. People are working harder than you, and they're taking these opportunities that you could be getting. And I keep seeing videos talking about YouTube as a side hustle, and I wanted to come out here and say, I would not recommend YouTube as a side hustle, period. It's something that if you're going to start a YouTube channel, it should be based 100% on the idea of you being passionate about a topic and wanting to share that topic with others. If you're doing it for the money, by the time you reach 1,000 subscribers and 4,000 watch hours, you're going to be pretty over it because you're not going to see a dime until that point. YouTube is a great platform, and I love making YouTube videos. That's why I continue doing this, and it's something that I can do not as an income source. Some of the money that I bring in is nice, but it's not the only way that I'm making money, and it allows me to be more thoughtful with the videos that I make. I think you can see a huge difference in the videos that I was putting out in early 2021. I was talking about clickbait titles. I was talking about momentum stocks that were going to get a lot of views. Now I'm going to dividend stocks. I'm talking about things that I really believe in, and I'm hoping that can come across in my videos. So I hope you think twice if you consider a side hustle, and think about some of the mental and just time tolls that it's going to have on your life before you really dive into it and make it a huge part of your life. Side hustles are great. Passive income is great. YouTube, not a passive income source. I just wanted to make this video because I keep seeing videos talking about it, and it's really bugging me. I'm sure this video is going to be ranked 10 out of 10, and I don't care. And that's why I'm back making videos, because I'm doing it because I want to. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. If you made it this far, I really appreciate it. Hit the like and subscribe button, and I will see you in the next video. Thanks for watching.